So, do you have a recipe that calls for tomatoes and then you suddenly realize you have to cut them, slice them, dice them, something, and you just absolutely have no time to do any of that? I have some tips for you today. Hi, welcome back to Inspiring Mealtime. My name is Latanya and I'd like to share with you recipes and tips to help you on your mealtime adventure. Alright, so just picture it. Gotten off work, you're tired, it was a long day. You get home, it's 6 o'clock, almost 6:30. The kids are starving. Your husband is asking, honey, what's for dinner? What's for dinner? And you get ready to go into the kitchen and cook dinner. So once you're preparing your meal, you're looking at your recipe, you see what you have to make, and you notice or you realize that you have tomatoes that you have to cut. If you're anything like me, you just don't want to, and at that point you don't have the time to actually spend 10 minutes cutting and slicing up tomatoes. So today I'm going to show you some really quick and easy ways to get these tomatoes sliced, diced, and chopped all up for all of your recipe needs. Okay, so first off, I have some slicing tomatoes here, and I also have some cherry tomatoes, or some people like to call them grape tomatoes. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that these are nice and washed, and all of the stickers and vines are taken off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that really quickly. Okay, so normally when you have tomatoes that you need to prepare for your recipes, you would get your tomatoes and take out your knife and begin to slice them up. A lot of times when you're slicing, if you're not a professional, like I'm not a professional, you will come out with some very uneven slices. So for the first tip I have for you today is how to slice your tomatoes. So I'm gonna get this tool right here, and since I've already started with this, I'm just gonna turn it on the side that's sliced, and I'm gonna start off on my mat, go down, and then finish it. And I have nice, uniform, sliced tomatoes. Now, these tomatoes are going to be really good for your salads, to have sliced tomatoes for your salads, and also for sandwiches and for burgers. These are going to be really good for that. Now the next method I want to show you is going to be dicing your tomatoes. So once again, you can take the tomatoes that you sliced, and then you can go along and start cutting them to dice them up. And once again, you're going to run into the problem of having very uneven dices. So the other solution that I have for this to get diced tomatoes is to once again come back to, and we're going to take the tomatoes that we've already sliced, and we're just going to rock back and forth, and now we have diced tomatoes. And this is going to be a more uniform dice than what you can do cutting by hand, especially if, once again, you're not a professional chef. So we have our sliced tomatoes and we have our diced tomatoes. So really quickly, I just wanted to ask, what is your family's favorite recipe to have tomatoes in? Whether they be sliced tomatoes, diced tomatoes. Tell me in the comments down below. What's your favorite recipe as a family that serves tomatoes? Alright, so the next quick tip I want to show you with slicing and dicing and preparing your tomatoes for your recipes are going to be slicing up these little cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes. So since these are really little, you can take your knife and go in and slice it in half once again. But when I think about this whole container, and if I need all of these for a recipe, how long is this gonna take? And it's already late, my kids are already hungry, my husband's already asking me what's for dinner. I don't have time to sit here and slice all of these tomatoes one by one by one. But I have a solution for you. And pop the tomatoes in here. So here's a quick tip. You want to make sure that you are using fresh vegetables when you're preparing your meals. And also when slicing, tomatoes will slice much easier when they're fresh. Take it from my mistakes. Sometimes when I go grocery shopping, I will tend to buy my ingredients that I need for my meals and then not use them for a few days. And sometimes it'll get my fruits and vegetables overripe, and more specifically my tomatoes. So a lot of times when I go to slice the tomatoes, either slicing them or dicing them, the skin is just a little bit too soft and they just don't slice well. So just take it from me. When you buy your fruits and vegetables, specifically your tomatoes, go ahead and use it as soon as you can, or just wait to purchase your tomatoes until you're ready to use them. Alright, so once again I have my tomatoes in there. I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to take my knife and run it across until it's done, and I have half all of these tomatoes all at once. So that was one cut, and I've done all these tomatoes, and now I can just throw these into my salad. I can throw these into the pasta dish that I'm making, whatever I need these cherry tomatoes for. One cut, they're done, I'm ready to move on, and we can eat a lot sooner. So I also wanted to show you really quickly that you can also just cut one of them. There you go. Enjoyed. I hope that these tips will help you to be able to prepare your meals a lot faster and to get your tomatoes cut up a lot quicker for your salads and your tacos and your pastas and different things like that. So thank you so much for watching this. If you are in need of some new ideas, check out these other videos. Alright, this is LaTanya. I'll see you on the next video.